Protecting your online reputation, hugely important for any type of service business, retail business, or any type of business. That online reputation every day is getting more and more important. And I'm so thrilled to have an expert in that area. I'd like to bring up Ian Uttila. He is a very sought-after speaker and tech expert and has a local consulting firm but works all over the country. But he is a local resident, and I am just very proud and gratified to have him here today. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, I'm glad to be here, and I think we'll have a lot of fun today. I have been working in the online reputation space for at least 10 years. I used to take care of that through Yellow Page advertising, radio advertising, TV advertising. Sometimes you get into structuring different things with white papers. Now things have drastically changed. Before I jump into who I am, let me talk about our sponsors. It was funny, I looked at this over the last several days. I've prepared the talk. And thinking about the impact these organizations have had on my life specifically. I mean, the Business Entrepreneurship Center, the Small Business Development Center, these were the first organizations that really made an impact on me as I was a teenager. I'm a teenage entrepreneur in Santa Cruz 15 years ago, 20 years ago, and I didn't really know where to learn. The internet wasn't necessarily a great place to go, and colleges weren't putting classes on there. Now MIT's giving their classes away for free, but it wasn't that way then. And I didn't know where to go, so I went to what you provided. And I remember you being there and being a young man and seeing the classes and learning, and then to think about what some of the cool things I've been able to accomplish in the business space because of that impact. I had done advertising for Bay Federal about 10 years ago. I had worked with the executives and worked on some online and local advertising and got to know them and have a lot of respect for them. I actually had you guys help with a car that I financed several years ago. Libraries. Where would I have learned 20 years ago if it wasn't for libraries? There was no internet. There was no Google. There was nothing that you could go to trust. I didn't even have a computer. You went to the library for a computer. Even as a child, I remember going there and just so grateful for the free information that was given. Think Local First. It's new, but I think it's doing some great things locally. If you have a business, if you're connected to a business, it's very inexpensive to become affiliated with Think Local First. I think it's important. It at least complements the local Chamber of Commerce, and some people may say it is in some ways replacing it. I love NextSpace. I actually am a member there. I have different organizations that I'm involved with. I don't always want to travel and go to the offices, and so it's a nice place to be around people. So I really am an advocate of NextSpace and Santa Cruz, my home. So a little bit about me. I am Santa Cruz local, so I grew up here my whole life. Most of the business efforts that I've been involved with have been birthed out of Santa Cruz County, whether entrepreneurial or corporate efforts that I put forth. I am a family guy, so this is my family, my wife, and our 2 boys. And so I like to mention them because really they're kind of the main organization I'm passionate about, the Utility family. All other businesses can fail, but this one cannot. If I'm not there, no one else will run it. And certainly my family's reputation, my reputation, my wife's reputation are very important to me, just as each of the businesses that we run are important to us. And here's some of the companies that I'm involved with. Kukui is a software company based out of Silicon Valley. If you've ever been to Santana Row, there's the Yard House restaurant on the corner. We're on the 4th story above them. So we have about 75 employees and a really exciting software product specifically for small businesses. We have done a lot of things in the online reputation space, and so I will be able to speak with you in terms of what we've done and what we've seen and what we've studied. And I believe online reputation, from a small business standpoint, it's a scientific approach. It's not a gut approach. You don't go off a feeling. You don't just read a blog and then try this thing. You want to look at it from a very scientific standpoint. And so I'll talk about what we've done as a software company helping small businesses around the nation. eRealty is a tech company in the real estate space that I've launched with the team. I'm the co-founder of that, and that is the hope is that we will revolutionize the real estate industry with our technology. And so I think it's ripe for some innovation, and so we hope to radically change the way people search online for real estate, connect with the real estate agent, buy and sell realty. Taking on board is my wife's band, so she's a professional musician. We've done 4 albums, gone around the world, a couple hundred concerts, so I'm very involved with the music. New Habitat is my family's construction company. So one reason why I show these things is just so you know that I'm involved in a lot of different types of businesses. not just one thing. I've had a couple thousand clients over the last 15 years, and I've been exposed to just about every size of business and every focus, every industry, and hopefully it will allow me to have something of value to share with you today. So this is what everybody wants. 5 stars as a business. And just, I'm going to let you know what's going to happen in our time today before I get started. We're going to talk about business at first. Most of us either run a business, are involved in the business, consult with businesses, or several of them. And then we will transition our time into talking about a personal brand. I am not a brand, I'm Ian Utility. I'm a person. But there is a brand that represents me online, so we will discuss that, as some of you probably want more information on how do you set up your personal brand compared to how do you protect your business's brand. And so we will cover both topics, and I will watch the clock, and we will spend some time in Q&A. I hope to learn from you, and if possible, I can answer some questions that you might have. Not everybody has the same desire. I mean, here's a couple of crooks. We made it. We're on the most wanted list. So they have a different desire for reputation. So everybody has a different desire. You have Joan Jett, I don't care about reputation, right? And so different people have different things. A rock star's like, I'm tough, I don't care. And then a business guy has a certain thing, he wants to look a certain way. And, everybody has a different thing. Every business has a different goal. But oftentimes it does go back to that 5-star thing. There's some quotes that I found some inspiration from. Henry Ford, doesn't matter what you say, it matters what you do. That's ultimately what it comes down to. Ben Franklin takes many good deeds to build a reputation, but only one bad one to lose it. And here is the crowded space. And of course, this is not all the organizations that are involved in the reputation space, in the review space, but these are some of them. As we get into this, I'm going to play a short video, and it will give you an idea of some of the statistics in the reputation space. Before I play the statistics video, I probably should make a confession. I hate statistics. I hate statistics because 37.9% of statistics are made up on the spot, as that statistic was made up on the spot. Statistics, I don't know. But there is something to it, and it does allow you to have some sort of foundation and anchor to throw, to kind of set down and look and see what some of the people who have done polls have found to be true in the industry.
Management. Monitoring your brand image online and suppressing false and negative information in order to ensure a positive impression on potential and existing customers. 4 out of 5 consumers change their minds about a recommended purchase based solely on negative information they found online. 89% of consumers go online to do additional research about products and services that have a moderate or high cost. 80% of adults are very or somewhat more likely to consider buying products recommended by real-world friends and family. 87% believe the CEO's reputation is an important part of the company's reputation. 90% of consumers trust recommendations from others. 100% of those watching this video have either a personal or corporate reputation to protect. 78% of employers research candidates online. 38% of those employers reject candidates based on their findings. When 4 out of 10 top search results for PayPal directed to sites speaking negatively of the company, many users began to find alternatives for their payment needs. Lakers player Kobe Bryant suffered financially with endorsement losses when he earned a negative reputation following his alleged rape.
Enough of the slandering. I hate slandering people by name. So that must stop. Cut it off a little too short. So, here is the space. It is a crowded space. Everyone wants that special sticker on their window, right? We're a favorite place on Google. People love us on Yelp. And then there's the people that are fighting back against this cult following of these organizations. And some people will cover this up and say, people hate us on Yelp. And they'll put on their window all the complaints of people and say, if you're like these people, and we can't please you no matter what we do, just don't come through our door. And so it's an interesting space right now. Now the reality is character is reality. It's who you really are. It's what a business is really all about. The passion of an organization, the purpose of an organization. Reputation does come and go, as Abraham Lincoln has said. And this is what happens a lot of the time. This is an example of a car dealership. I don't like your car dealership, and I'm telling everyone. And you can't